everybody, welcome to today's full moon bonfire ceremony. So today I took it out here in my garden and I brought you here a bonfire. Now I know that obviously, under the circumstances that we're at, we can't actually create a real bonfire like by the ocean. By where I live in my city, that's not allowed. But I've always wanted to do one of those. But I feel like this is perfect today because we need something like this, and the collective needs to be reminded that we can come together even if it's just virtual for now, and good things are coming. So today I really want to talk about, this full moon in Libra. This full moon in Libra, I really feel that it's all about this regaining of balance. Okay, we're gonna be balancing out our life, our relationships, our past to our future. What kind of future do we want to create? Because I feel that many people have been living, unfulfilling lives and wearing a mask that, they are happy, or what they do for a living every day truly, fulfills them on a deep soul level. But the truth is that the truth is being called out to the surface, okay? And this full moon today, I really want to dedicate it to the entire world, a global healing prayer today, because we are much in need of that. I feel energetically that there's still a lot of fear in the air, and we need to let go of this, okay? And my message of hope of 2020, a lecture that I recorded a few weeks back that you should really look at, reveals a lot of things about even timing, okay? And I'm gonna tell you this thing. Look, this even smells like cinnamon. It smells like Christmas here, okay? And this week, out of nowhere, I'm singing Christmas songs, and it's so weird. But this is the message, because I've been feeling this message. Winter's coming. Winter solstice 2021 is literally going to be the breakthrough of the world, of humanity, and stepping forward into our future for the next 10 years. Okay, so this is huge. This is not just temporary change. This is why, transitory phases is really difficult, because we're leaving literally an entire life behind. And this entire life behind, what does it consist of? It consists of patterns, it consists of negative addictions, it consists of limiting beliefs, it consists of laws, it consists of societal, rules, it consists of so many things that needs to be broken down and reconstructed into something new. Something that's more productive to humanity, to bringing in more love, peace, and harmony. Because a lot of these laws, or even, societal unsaid rules, have been very counterproductive to creating these harmonious relationships, even marriages. And, there's a lot of trends that we have in society that are congratulated and hence enabled, even though they're completely immoral. And these ethic codes are what's being called for transformation. And, I didn't even think about when I said this, but the reason why I'm saying this is because in the Bible studies that we studied on Sunday, the book of Revelations, a lot of information came through there. In the book of Revelations, not only does it state the moral codes that will take you to this kingdom of heaven, which is basically being a good person, putting God first and foremost. That's where I feel like many humans have been a little bit out of alignment, okay? And this is not to say that you're going to be condemned or anything like that. It's not that, because like I said in my latest post in my Lightwork University, it's never too late to start anew, okay? Well, let me take a sip of my coffee today, because it's going to be a long talk. So this doesn't mean that, you can't be forgiven, because like Jesus said, there is always forgiveness when you're truly repentant, when you're truly pure about it. That's the important thing. It's the intention behind the apology to God. Because it's not enough to apologize to other people, right? It's apologizing to God up there, because He's the ultimate judge. He's the one that's bringing this judgment day upon humanity, however we want to see it or not. But I really feel like it is judgment day, okay, for a lot of us. And for those who have been doing the work, who have been staying in alignment, then you're good, okay? You're actually being called to step forward even more, which requires courage. Because let me tell you why. Because there's going to be a lot of people. So I brought today my Selene, what is this called again? It's my citrine crystal. So this is really great for activating our solar plexus today and for attracting abundance. So this is a great manifesting crystal that I love to use, and I actually talk about it in my latest book, Heal from the Inside Out, that you might want to purchase. It's available on Amazon. So I always have this in my room, and it really brings good fortune. So back to, as I was saying, you know, it's the people who have been doing the work, and who are the light workers, are being called to step forward, because it requires courage when people around you might, you know, either make fun of you or call you that, you know, you're insane, or you don't know what you're talking about, or you're being delusional, being overly optimistic. All of these things can be said to light workers, and you need to be strong to just take it and let it slide in the other ear out, right? Because you know the truth deep down, and you're here for a mission, and you're here to spread this light. So the more that you align with the spiritual truth, the more that you can keep inspiring people. So it's a little windy today, so forgive me. Keep inspiring people to get on their mission, to get to work. And that's actually, you know, been the message this week, that we need to step forward into this lightworker mission, because we're all in this together. It's not up to one person, it's not up to one lightworker. One lightworker can't do it all alone. That would be a huge burden on their shoulders. And, you know, they'll not be able to do it, okay? Yes, they can inspire the world, but other people need to also put their part. Because if not, who's gonna suffer? Not people, it's the entire planet. And this is where Earth is being called to, like, rise up together in love. And that's the latest film that I wrote on that I created on my Instagram and my YouTube channel. You can check it out on my website as well. And in that video, it was completely channeled by the divine late at night. And this truly is about humanity rising together in love. This is not even about families now. This goes even deeper into, like, the entire species of humanity. There's various ethnicities around the world, different cultures, different color skin, different belief systems, different languages, and yet we're all the same at the core. We all have the same blood. We're all made of organs, of muscles, of tissues, of bones, skeletons. So what am I saying here? Hypothetically, let us say that there is life outside of Earth, right? And this is something that I talk about deep in my Cosmic Consciousness show. And I've been getting a lot of dreams about this lately. And even, you know, visions through certain ways, right? That the divine speaks to me. And the message that I've been getting is that it's truly a test for the entire humanity. There's been too much war, too much disharmony among countries, among different economies, about who's better, who's stronger, who's more powerful, who's in control. And all of this has to be literally let go, because this is only gonna stagnate us as a whole. And now the light workers were on their mission. You know, they're being safe, they're being shielded from these energies, but a lot of people are being affected by this. And what I'm trying to say is that, how do we put our part in this as a whole? We get in the light, we share the light, not stay quiet and stay selfish with it, but we share it out into the world. And we begin with ourselves, healing from the inside out, embodying more love, unconditional forgiveness towards ourselves, towards those in our past. And we teach this to those around us so that this can become the new contagion. Love needs to be contagious. You see, love is the cure. So we need to be spreading more love. And the sooner that we can do this, all will be recalibrated. Okay, even the economy, that's what the book of Revelations revealed, that I was like in shock. Because God said that, you know, this false structure of political and governmental foundations, that's how he worded it in the Bible, right? AKA the economy. That will be stripped away if God is not put first and foremost, if there's no love and harmony among the species. Because we need to honor God who created us. This wouldn't even be possible if it were not for him or her, because he's androgynous, right? And so this is a reminder that God is the all-powerful. God is the all-knowing. And a lot of people who are still in their ego, who have not yet let their ego die, try to be this false God. And this is what's being, reprimanded, you could say, by our parent upstairs. That we are not better than him. We're not more powerful than him. We don't know more than him. So it's a reminder that, it's kind of like shaking up the earth, like, remember who's powerful. I'll show you who's powerful. So these natural catastrophes around the world are also, ways of metaphysically showing us this message, okay? Because this metaphysical world is real. We feel the wind, yeah, we cannot really see the wind. And I'm feeling it's blowing my hair away, you see? So we need to be reminded of this. Who is first and foremost? It's not your partner, sadly to say. It's not your boyfriend or girlfriend. It's not your wife or husband. It's not your children. It's not yourself. It's God. After God comes your divine union with your higher self, so that you're acting not through your ego. Because if you act through your ego, guess what? You're going to hurt your family members. You're going to be rude to your children. You're not going to be a good spouse. So as soon as you connect to your higher self, you're a better person. And that's called self-mastery, and that's the whole process of soul evolution. That's the journey of the soul that we're on, and what I teach you, how to get on that soul journey, and how to stay committed to your mission. And when you're a mission, you know the bigger picture. So every action that comes out of you, and this is not about being perfect, but the more mature and the more you master yourself and your journey over the years, the better you will be as a person, okay? And the less likely you'll be triggered, the more in love you'll be, and the more of a example of a beacon of light you'll be, okay? So try your best on your journey. That's what this full moon in Libra, I feel like, is about really rebalancing the scales within ourselves, rebalancing our chakras, within our family dynamics, shaking things up, bringing things to the surface so that it can transmute out into love. Because if it gets bottled up and it gets stuck in there, it's kind of like, it's kind of like when your digestion gets stuck, right? That's what happens with emotions as well. And guess what? The solar plexus is actually in charge of your digestive system. So if any of you out there have been having issues with your digestive system, or even your liver system, guess what? It has to do with your solar plexus. And if you have any liver issues, believe it or not, it has to do with your anger management. So make sure that that's under control, your temper. And that was a leaf there, and so that's a lot of what I talk about in my book, the metaphysical reasons behind any physical diseases in your body and how to heal through them, and how that psychologically also relates, because that is a lot of psychology as well. Healing deep inner childhood wounds, and even just personality wounds. You need to become stronger as a personality in your character and your integrity. Staying in your spiritual truth. That requires spiritual strength and spiritual discipline. So moreover, what else do we need to talk about? So as we restabilize the family dynamics that we're being basically, stuck with, right, during these quarantine times, is for a reason as well. God doesn't do things for accidents, okay? He does them on purpose. And the reason why it's going to get extended until winter is because, these issues like I was explaining in yesterday's podcast, is that sometimes it takes time for these true issues to rise, right? Because a lot of people are used to walking around with a false mask. And this false mask can even be like, you pretending that things are okay. Or you even lying to yourself that, your relationship with this person is okay, because you don't want to stir the boat, right? You don't want to create this confrontation. Like myself, I admit, I'm a very non-confrontational person. I hate drama, and I would avoid it at all costs. But sometimes that can also be damaging, because if you don't speak about it, then misinterpretation can arise, and people can take it as you don't care, but really that's not the case. Or, just misinterpretation. People can just, create a different story out of it. So it's about clarifying stories as well, I feel. And this happens through communication. That's why I taught communication skills in yesterday's webinar for Anew You, my 10-week soul coaching intensive program. If you really want to look into that program, I'll link it down below so you can have access to that. And I really think that that's the theme for today. Perhaps, I want to begin first with some protection. So let us do our Palo Santo, teach you a little bit of how I do my healing every night, every morning. And, I've been guided to begin my nightly healing sessions with you guys on my High Vibes Only Club, but I've been doing that on my own first. And as soon as I'm called, if any of you are interested in me doing that, if I get a lot of people that are interested in that, then maybe I'll begin to do those and post those on my High Vibes Only Club. But basically, let us begin with our ritual for today. So first off, I'm going to sage. So it's a little windy here, but there we go. Okay, so sage is to cleanse the air and purify our soul so that we can think clearly. Let the sage, let with the wind all those emotions that don't need to serve us anymore. Let go of the burdens, let go of any emotions that perhaps you've taken personally, or things that people said that maybe you took personally, or any memories of pain and sorrow. Because in the book of Revelations, it actually is a promise of God as well, that He will erase all memories of pain, sorrow, and grief when you rise into this new earth, this new heaven, with God by His side. So that's a promise that even though, perhaps you are mistreated here, or, for whatever reason, you feel like you're being persecuted as a spiritual person, but that's very much ancient history, right? That doesn't happen nowadays that much anymore. Now it's like more people are open-minded because of the age that we're in, right? We're in the age of Aquarius, and we're entering this new world, so things are different. People are more open-minded, and there's more people on this journey as well. So now let us neutralize the energy with some Palo Santo. So this is basically the holy stick. This is also used at the church, but this is a significant name, the holy stick, right? Spanish is called Palo Santo because it's a literally holy stick. And it smells so delicious, and it neutralizes the energies. It helps us to get, more sacred again. Okay, so I am going to, before I do the sound bowl healing, because I brought my sound bowl, because today's post, the wind. Today's post that I put on my Lightworker University is that music is the language of the soul. Now, music can come in different forms. Even sound bowl healing is music to the soul. So this is what we're going to use today to heal our soul. But first off, I want to get the guidance for today. So I brought 3 spiritual decks today. I brought my Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, Sacred Geometry Activation, because I really feel like we need to look at some sacred geometry today, and my Yogic Path Oracle deck, so that we can get some guidance as to what to focus on for this session. So let us begin with this one, with the angels and the ancestors, what they want to tell us today. On this full moon on Tuesday. And I have a little guidance tip for you guys, is that, this entire week, I've been really feeling the need, I really like this message, I've been really feeling the need to spend more time in silence. How do I do this? As I'm meditating, I always meditate in silence, but usually when I do like my yoga spiritual practice daily, I usually put like music or an audio video to be watching in the meantime, because my mind is very intellectual. I have Mercury in Gemini, so I'm always need to be learning things, and I like to keep my mind occupied. But this week, my angels told me that I was experiencing a little bit of an overload of information, and I was experiencing some ascension symptoms that can happen in various forms, like maybe you can get headaches, or maybe you just get overly emotional because you're like downloading all this information and emotions from the collective and energy, and it's like all bottling up in your heart, in your space, and it's like, what do I do with this energy, right? So in order to ground me, because that's what the divine has been telling me to do, ground my energy and tune in with my soul from within, is to spend time in silence. So I've been doing my yoga practice that I usually do every day in silence, in complete utter silence, how I used to do it, because a year ago I used to practice yoga for longer and in complete silence for an hour and a half, up to 2 hours sometimes. And I've been guided to slowly progress back into that rhythm again, because it really does ground you, okay? Whether it doesn't seem like it in the moment, you know, in the beginning, as I was beginning that discipline, as I was awakening on my journey, that's when I awakened completely as well, is that, you know, you can get a little angsty, right? It's like you want to do something, and I feel like a little bit of the collective is what this is feeling like boredom, and they want to keep their mind active. But make sure that you're not overactive, okay? Because when you're overactive, which is what causes, you know, this stress and fast-paced lifestyle of the generation, which is a reason why the divine has slowed down the collective to rest and recuperate and regenerate, is because in silence and in stillness is when you actually hear the divine. And this is why I've been getting so many messages, and I've been really feeling the need to communicate it, but then I'm like, you know, it's like the divine has been putting me back and forth. It's like, take a minute to ground, take some time to yourself, speak less, because, you know, I've even getting like, you know, to speak less, and yeah, I need to have so much to say. So it's like I'm in this battle of my mind, right? So don't get stuck in your head and just speak your truth, because a blockage of the throat chakra could be not speaking the truth. But I explain this in my book. A blockage of the throat chakra can also be not listening efficiently. So my task was to take a step back and actually take more time to actually listen and stop thinking so much, because the divine will fill you in, okay? When you empty your mind, you allow the genius of the divine to enter, okay? And that's how you listen to what truly wants to come through. Now this card really popped up, and look at this beautiful feather. It is my spiritual guidance theme that I have, my spiritual oracle deck guidance cards that I do every morning in my daily messages in my High Vibes Owning Club. And here is all the perfect signs of astrology here. First up, this is an angel message that you're not alone. Okay, so I have been seeing feathers this week. We're not alone. Archangel Michael's protecting us in the ethereal, in the ethers, like Einstein says, right? And this is also what the book of Revelations revealed, that Archangel Michael is fighting the dragons in the spiritual realm. So he has got it under control. Okay, there's nothing to worry about. And you have your own personal guardian angel as well as your own personal guardian spirit animal, which I talk a lot about on my shamanic journey lectures. So we're not alone. Now the other three symbolisms that I see in this card is that of the sun. We have the sun in Aries moving to Taurus, which I told you we're going to talk about astrology. And I explained this in my weekly astrology, but basically, you know, we're in this healing, last minute healing, deep core healing issues rising here before we ground next week. The eye of Horus, the eye of the third eye. This is the spiritual third eye awakening of the massive collective. And this is the moon. Our moon is fluctuating. We have the moon in Libra. And after Libra, it moves into Scorpio. So this is very deep energy this week. And then finally at the weekend, it's going to be into Virgo. So that's going to be the final cleanup, basically, for next week. We're just going to move into Capricorn. So when it comes to Capricorn, we're going to feel more in line. We're going to feel, because moon in Capricorn with the sun in Taurus, that's a beautiful energy, I believe. It's a beautiful energy to ground your projects, your manifestations, healthier relationships, and overall more stability emotionally, because Taurus energy is very stable and it loves stability, right? And it'll do anything to feel grounded, right? It's like the big bull there that is like just doesn't want to be bothered, right? It wants to feel stable financially, home-wise, health-wise, everything. So this is coming, okay? So this week, ride it out. It's gonna be over soon, but enjoy the moment as well, okay? Spend time with family and make the best of it. That's what I feel like needs to come through for that. So exchange energy to create abundance. Exchange the pain for love. Exchange the fear for love. Let me turn this on. And like I said, it's windy, right? And meditate more this week. That came through a lot, especially for Wednesday's daily morning message, is to meditate more and listen to the divine. Open up your heart chakra for humanity, for those around you, for yourself, and for potential lovers coming into your life. This new soul tribe. And then finally, we have here this beautiful card that says Direction Guardian, choose your path. Now this here is an angel up here. Here we have the bull, which is the sun in Taurus coming. And we have a lion, which is the lion is symbolism of strength. And we have the eagle, which is symbolism of leadership. So step forward in your spiritual strength towards your spiritual leadership, your light worker mission. And happy, because this bull is very happy. This lion is very determined. And this eagle is very assertive. So that's what I feel. And like, we're protected by Archangel Michael. Your third eye is obviously being very awakened. There's an eye there in between the star. And this is the star, you know, of like Jesus when he was born. And look at this. We also have the Merkaba and these two pyramids. So tune into my Egyptian mythology history series. And this is also about the Merkaba, you know. Grounding this heaven onto earth and then reascending this earth into this new earth, which will be like heaven. That's the bigger mission, my friends. So let us activate a little bit of our soul with the Sacred Geometry Oracle cards. Let us choose one that really wants to come through today. Perhaps we can read from the, let's see if we want to read. You see, solar plexus chakra. It might be that card, but let's see if we want to get another one. So we'll pull this card and then another card. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. Getting on your lightworker mission. Alignment of body, mind, and spirit, which is the number 3 card. Body, mind, and spirit. Aligning of our chakras. Really tune into my book. I wish I would have brought it. But you know what my book is, Heal from the Inside Out. It's available on Amazon. All the information is on my website. Really make sure you subscribe to my newsletter too, because I always, you know, send out updates, and I also send you the access link to the live shows that I do. And this is what this week is about, allowance. You know, allowing this new energy to flow through us. Number 9 is all about the completion of cycles, karmic cycles, whether it's with the same people or with different people. And the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, which is this new world, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. Surrender to divine will. Surrender to this divine plan. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So this is a heart chakra awakening, but also the higher heart chakra, which I talk about in my book. And the higher chakra is a little different than the heart chakra. And let me tell you why. The heart chakra is more about, you know, forgiveness of self, opening ourselves to love, like when it comes to partners, our families, etc. Even self-love. So it's more like this pinky energy, right? The higher heart chakra goes even deeper to loving all of humanity. That's when you become of service, because you love humanity so much, because you realize that you're one with humanity. I'm one with nature, so I care for nature. I'm one with my sisters and brothers, you're my soul tribe, my parents, my family, my community, so I care for them by spreading my light and healing energy to them. I give freely love without expectation of anything in return. And inviting whatever comes our way, meaning allowing whatever the divine wants us to experience. Whether it can seem a little difficult in the moment, when we surrender to it, there's There's hair in my face, sorry. When we surrender to it, that's when we can hear what we're supposed to learn, you see, and that's when we become open to being a faithful servant to God. That's what it said in the book of Revelations. And not a servant like, you're a slave to God, because you willingly, by your own free will, you choose to be on this divine mission. And there is a reward for being on the mission, you see, in this lifetime, but also in the afterlife, okay, in the kingdom of heaven. This smells so good. It smells like literally cinnamon wood. And it is like a crackling candle, so it was perfect for that. And let me look at the yogi path. And I feel like also, the root chakra, the red flower of life, this frequency. And that's why I heard that message, you see? Music or frequency is the universal language of the soul. And that's where sacred geometry comes into play. Wow, it's so funny how I put two and two together. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well in the physical world. Realizing that we're safe, we are secure, and we're supported by the universe. That's the weekly message that came through from my spiritual guidance cards. The universe has got us. So we need to remember that and stay in the knowing that we're secure, because that can affect your root chakra stability, okay? And if you're experiencing any issues there, that's why, okay? And I talk about that more in my book. I like what this says. May these cards bridge you to your highest self. So that's the purpose today for these cards today, okay? Let us get the guidance that we need in order to bridge ourselves to our higher self. This bridge between heaven and earth, between our old ego self, and bridge us to our higher self. Lay the bridge so that we can cross the bridge today, all right? And in blind faith as well, because we don't know what's ahead. So pretend you have a blindfold and you're crossing over the bridge to heaven. From this earth plane that is very 3D matrix, that we're being called to let go and move towards the higher life. So let us ask the divine which card, just one card, or how many you want. Okay, this one. Wow, this is beautiful. This is the tree of life, and there's a full moon in this card. How beautiful is this? I'm telling you, the divine is here. Our angels, Archangel Michael, I really feel his presence, and Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Raphael. Archangel, if you want to learn more about the archangels, go to my spiritual book club, and I have an angel therapy series there. But Archangel Michael is our protector, our warrior of light. Let me get this. Okay. Our warrior of light. Archangel Raphael is our physician, our healer of our heart, of our physical temple. And Archangel Gabriel helps us to speak creatively our spiritual truth. So he is in charge of your mission, your creative projects, your artistic talent, speaking, journaling, speaking from your heart versus your mind. This is what these angels are for. So I feel really connected to this beautiful new earth. It looks like new earth to me. There's a beautiful waterfall in the background, this beautiful landscape. And this, I've been really tuning into nature art lately. And I'm going to start posting more of those on my website because I just think it's so beautiful. It really opens up my spirit. And I remember those days, which was literally just last year ago, before I began my business and started channeling more directly the divine. I began channeling the divine as I started to spend more time in nature, which was all of 2019. I was doing a whole bunch of photo shoots in nature. And for the sake of the photos at that time, but the divine, did whatever it could to get me out in these beautiful landscapes. I would take the risk to go into these, in the middle of nowhere, like in the forest or like in the middle of these caves in the ocean, which was kind of dangerous now that I think about it, but I did it for the sake of the photo, right? And I'm so grateful that I was there, because that's where I connected to the frequency of the higher realms. That really awakened me. And the closer you get to nature, you really do feel. And for example, when I was in the ocean, I connected a lot to Atlantis and Lemuria knowledge and ancient wisdom. When I was in the forest, I connected to my spirit animals, to the fairies, and just this mystical wisdom and healing abilities within myself. Because nature is healing, is Mother Gaia after all. So spend time in nature if you can, even if it's just in the fresh air, because the more that you also spend time in fresh air, air is healing. And guess what? The angels live in the air. They're in the angelic realms, which is literally in the higher atmospheres. So the higher that you can get, the better for you. So Ohas, let us see what this means today. It's an Ayurveda term. This is the subtle essence of health and well-being. Oh my God, this is a collective message, okay? We are collectively purging. Mother Gaia is purging. I've been saying this over and over again in all my videos. Peaceful and patient. Let us stay in peace and be patient with the outcome. And let us enjoy this present moment. That's what we're being called to do. To enjoy the stillness of the present moment. Learn to just be still. That's meditation. Osho says that that's deep meditation. And that's how you also achieve Tantra, which is this deep spiritual sexuality experience that I talk about in my Tantric talks. So I've been guided to begin those last week because I know the collective wants to learn more about this, as myself as well. You know, the next spiritual relationship that I'm going to be in, this is going to be the ultimate. And this is going to be for lifetime, for my entire lifetime, okay? And that's sacred union is called upon when you're whole from within. You need to heal yourself first from within. The more healed that you are, the more ready you will be for this next step in your life, okay? For this higher commitment with your beloved. And together you can rise in love. So upright means one look is all it takes to see how much ohas someone has. Have people been coming up to you and telling you how healthy, rested, and happy you look? This is ohas. Ohas is the subtlest sense related to health and well-being, with which you are filled. You radiate good health with your glowing skin, peaceful demeanor, and patient essence. Your dietary and lifestyle choices are showing up in your appearance, and your inner state is reflecting in your outer. Continue eating for your sacred vessel and nourishing your body with the foods and practices that make you thrive. So this is definitely a collective message today, that you need to take care of your physical body, your health and wellness. Obviously, we're taking extra measures towards that. But I've been also called, so this is, you know, where craziest genius comes into play, right? Because that was the message for this week as well in my daily messages. Is that, you know, I've been guided to tune back into my health and wellness program that I have on my website. I have an introductory videos there already. I have a whole bunch of recipes there on how to begin your plant-based lifestyle to cleanse, how to include some vegetarian foods in there, and how to live a healthy lifestyle despite, you know, your routine and how you live your life. How to meditate. I have a meditation series. I have an introduction to the science of yoga, teaching you the benefits of yoga, the anatomy structure of yoga, how to properly do it. And I teach you about holistic nutrition, how to set up a healthy nutrition plan for your life, right? And I've been guided to continue to do that. So perhaps in the future, between now and May time, I'm working on a project on the side. So I'll be telling you more about it as it gets completed. But I will be doing a series, okay, to teach you how to do yoga, how to do breathing exercises so that you can actually see me. I have a whole bunch of audio there, but I'm going to do some video form so that I can teach you, which I teach in my Sacred Woman Healing Circle as well. So that's part of my health and wellness that you really want to look into for you women out there who want to purify your souls. And for the recipe part, I have a ton of recipes there already, so you really need to look into those. It's really good, yummy, delicious recipes that are super easy to make, very detailed. I walk you through it, and I even teach you some herbology as well. Herbology can be really helpful in these times. I've been using it on my own life. So I've been protecting my immune system with certain herbs and making myself, herbal teas every day. Certain supplements that I take that I talk about as well in my health and wellness program. And as always, my nutrition plan is always on point. I'm only attracted to healthy foods now. I'm really not attracted to nothing that's good, because I know that Mother Gaia fills me up with healing energy. And truly, healthy food does affect your aura and your alignment of your spirit with the Holy Grail, which is the Holy Grail of love, the Holy Grail of wisdom, the Holy Grail of eternity, right? So I want to end today with the sound healing, and let us say a universal prayer to cleanse first, as I send you all some Reiki healing, as I'll do that at the end. So I'm going to be saying a mantra today, about 10, that is a very purifying mantra, that we need to purify ourselves today, okay? Close your eyes and just listen, okay? All right. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Trayambakam Yamaya Suvanim Pustivatanam Urvarokarami Babantanam Tiyom Sijamantra. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Wow, that felt really good. So let us do some sound healing. Thank you, Divine, for this beautiful energy today. us and to unite us in spirit, in love, and in courage. Are you willing to step into this new portal, this new world that is out of your belief? There's massive healing worldwide right now. The earth will most likely be experiencing a frequency that is not of this earth. It's going to shake up the earth towards higher love as it raises the vibration literally in frequency. You see, earth is not used to vibrating at a high frequency. That's synonymous to high vibration. That's when you say I'm high vibe, I'm high frequency. It's the same thing. Earth is not used to this high vibration. That's this restabilization that's happening. This new frequency is going to be like a new paradise, literally. And only those who step through the portal will be able to experience it, to actually see it. They will have access to this higher dimension. Because after this portal opening, the doors will be closed until the next time around. So the time is now, my friends, to step into love, choose love, and embody love. It's very powerful today. Now, the reason I bring in the Palladians today, that's a topic in and of itself that I talk about in my Cosmic Consciousness show. But I've been getting a lot of signs from the universe, a lot of people coming up to me with the same message. And the Palladians have been trying to contact me personally. So this is how I know that the Palladians are calling me in my dreams, in my physical world, and to the people around me, because I influence those around me towards the light. The Palladians are of light. These are these light beings that are of higher intelligence, here to help us. Help us to get through this moment. Help us to stay strong and in knowing that all is well. We're just stepping into this new age, this new world, that will be more incredible than you ever could believe possible. Believe in the impossible, as there's infinite potential in this universe. Let us move forward and step into this new galaxy that it's going to be your wildest dreams come true. Let us be wild together. Let us experience this new adventure, because new adventures are on the horizon. I got that message the other day. We come in peace. All is well, my friends. Don't worry. Stay in love. Keep learning about your spiritual journey. Open up your hearts to this journey, okay? Open up your minds. Venus in Gemini is telling you that this spiritual world can also be explained in logical terms, so that you know. And this is the mission of Lightworkers today, is that being able to verbalize their experiences so that other people can understand them. Okay, because a lot of these spiritual experiences are very otherworldly, unable to be understood. So we need to practice verbalizing it, okay? And that's how we share this new understanding. Because not everybody is at our level yet. And that's where we embody compassion. Slowly but steady, we will win this race towards raising this vibration of the earth towards new heaven, together in peace, in harmony, and in love. So the Pleiadians and the angels today and the divine themselves wants to purify our souls. They want to heal us, want to lift up our burdens. Any physical ailments that you may be experiencing right now, any ascension symptoms will be lifted right now. It's over. You're okay. You can go back to working on your mission in peace, in harmony, in stability. You are safe, you're secure, you're loved, you're supported. The universe has got you. Everything happens for you, not to you. Have a little faith, they're saying. Have a little faith, trust, and surrender. And a special message to all of you out there who have any elderly family. You're being called to connect to them, okay? They're getting these light cones, activations, and they have information, okay, that will be helpful to humanity. So get in contact with your elders, your ancestors as well. Learn about history, tune into my Bible studies because there's a lot of historic information there that is helpful for the collective at this time. Messages don't come up at a specific time for no reason. Ascension, I keep hearing ascension. This is the mission, ascension, the ascension ladder. We are ascending. Especially those of you who have been doing the work all this time. Let yourself be risen like Jesus Christ was ascended in his resurrection day. We will join him. All who follow God will join him in heaven. Don't be scared, my friends, okay? All is well. We are just being activated with new light codes and new frequencies that we have never experienced ever in humanity. So this is new to all of us. This is the unknown. And there's going to continue to be more unknowns in the future, and that's the beauty of this life. That not everything is given openly to you. The future is yet to be set in stone. But we can do something about it by staying in love, staying in faith, and doing our work, our spiritual mission. So today I'm going to send you all with some Reiki healing, distant healing energy that I learned. So just receive this energy. You need to be willing to receive it. That's the secret, okay? Open your arms and just receive this healing energy. Body temple be sacred, be healed, be aligned. May you feel balanced. May you feel like new, renewed. We are stronger than ever, and we get this through spiritual strength, and we are ready to embark on our spiritual mission, rejuvenated, stronger than ever, wiser than ever, and more in love than ever. I really hope that you enjoyed today's full moon ritual bonfire ceremony. I did the best that I could today. Above all, I did it with all my heart and my love. I put you all first today because I know that the world needs this today. The collective is in much need of healing, and I feel like this really, I felt the power here. I felt the healing power here globally. May the entire world receive this energy and this healing today, this love. And may we all rise in love together. May there be more love unions in the physical to help humanity together stronger. Because together we win. So I'm sending you all my loving light and healing energy.